Hello everyone. Welcome to another watch along. Yes. Let me for a bit. All right, I am back. But yeah, Bologna, Juve. Oh, wait, other way around. So yeah, the top four race. I know my volume. Turn on my volume for a bit. But the top four race. Juve and Bologna. But how's everyone doing today? I know that, like, for me this morning, you watched Man City and Arsenal. And yeah, Arsenal actually might actually bottle again. Like something that's not new at this point. I really think it's really not new. But yeah, like what City has have a game in hand. If they do win their game in hand, it'd be level on points. It'd probably be ahead in goal difference. As 1-0, then probably be goals for. It's not Serie A where it goes head to head. And they go level on point, it'd be a playoff between the two. So, Juve, 3-4-2-1. What Kelly, Bremer, and Kalulu, their back three. Cambiaso and Emil Holm as your wingbacks. Luxelli McKinney is your pivots, surprisingly. Wait, what? Yeah, Taram. Kefren. Not on. Front three of Jeremy Boga, Conceição, and David. A lot of rotation by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm surprised. Rotating is a crucial top four battle. Like Juve, rotate their front, bit of a front line. I guess it's fair. Bologna, Milan. Gotta win those games for top four. Verona, okay, you definitely rotate them. Because it's Verona. Bologna, 4-2-3-1. Ravalia, as a keeper. You have Juan Miranda, Takumi, Helen, and Zortea. Midfield pivot being Obega and Freudler. Thumb being the 10. Cambiaghi, Orsolini, and Castro as your front three. Or get bailed by Orsolini again. But yeah, score predictions. I'm gonna go 1-0. Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-0 Juve. I don't think Italiano's a free fall. He's been linked to get sacked, and for him, probably linked to Milan or Napoli. So yeah, this is how it is. I know that for Juve, they're going to rotate. Yeah, Juve do rotate. Like, okay. Milan, I think they play full strength for Milan. Like for a timer. Watching top four fights. Because Scudetto pretty much wrapped up. Hopefully I can watch the matches in peace. It's after post one Scudetto, like no pressure. Like, okay. You get no pressure matches, and yeah, no pressure matches. Like, okay, you're watching peas. You don't care what happens. It's your objective is done. All you left is the Coppa Italia. Yeah, yeah, phase. You look at Arteta. Phase 7. Like, yeah, almost, yeah, pretty much phase 7. Phase 7 Arteta. He bottles out like, okay. Uh it'd been what? Phase 7 Arteta. And then there's phase 1 Kivu. I feel like Arsenal built the club from scratch. But yeah, what phase is Klopp? I mean, it didn't take him that long. Arteta. It takes oil money. Well, guess what? What's stopping other teams from winning FA Cup or the Carabao Cup? But yeah, also had a chance for the UCL. But yeah, Arsenal, they may have a good team, but they still have the balling gene. And I've seen anything enter as a balling gene. There's Arsenal. The definition of actual balling gene. You know, if Arteta stays, I really think that they should at least try get yeah, at least get some leaders, actual proper leaders. Because you have players, because in Arsenal you have players hitting their peaks already. Well, their core should be on their peak. They're not 25, 23 anymore. No. What's it? 28, 26, 27. Yeah, they should be on their peak. But yeah, right now like manager. Yeah, requesting pass it to him. But I have nothing more to say. I'm not gonna mention more of the details. Like, okay, already. But yeah, the game's about to start. Juve in black and white, and then Bologna in teal green something. Yeah, I don't need to be more relaxed. Like Torino, like okay, get 3 points. Parma, I like to win, but the draw is okay. Also, Napoli still to beat like Como. Como's not easy. Yeah, we're going. So I'm gonna go with I'm going 1-0 Juve. Is a top 4 race. Boga and It's not going to say much. Hmm. Oh, come on. Yeah, you come on, Bologna. Don't be shaky. First 1 minute in. But they beat us 3-0. Like, okay, there's be something wrong. And there it is. Bologna, you're actually dog shit. You're actually dog shit. Bologna, you're Bologna. You're actually dog shit. Yeah, and you and Bologna bending over for Juve as usual. Yep. Yeah. This is a Bologna thing. When was the last time? Yeah, Italiano. Well, you don't do that against Juve. I don't know. What's the record? Yeah, this is last win is like. You think Inter versus Atalanta's bad, or Gasparini with, or Gasparini with Inter? Bologna haven't beaten Juve since 2010 and 11. You think that's bad? Been over, like been over. Yeah, it was. Yeah, this is like Juve. The Bologna, they know Juve gonna win. Been over. Yeah, they're going to bend over, aren't they? Again. Like there's nothing new. I know that Juve will win. Yeah, Bologna. Also, like Italiano bending over for against Allegri. There's people who say that Gasperini is biggest cuck because bends over to Inter. What do they say about the entire organization of Bologna? Like, oh, they've been over for. Huh? Hey, Coppa Italia. I think for Coppa Italia. I think for a start, I think to be Carlos Augusto, DeVry, and Akanji. Of course, we can throw in Hakan, Zielinski, and Barella, DeMarco, Dumfries, and then you have Pio and Taram. That's how it would go for. That's how it would go. It is. Then over UCL, now Milan and Napoli are through. Como and Milan and Napoli, they're actually going to get UCL football. Because I think for Milan, they need 7 points. They beat Verona this morning for me. So what they need? Sassuolo, Genoa, Cagliari. That's it. That's the 7 points from your easiest five. Easiest five. Napoli, Cremonese, Pisa, and then draw from either Como, Bologna, or Udinese. I guess draw from Udinese would do. Actually, Bologna would be. I honestly think Bologna would be a little easier than Udinese. Yeah, dude. I look at top four. Juve when they're in a top four advantage. Como they could slip. Juve still play Milan. I know the Comos they somewhat easier match. I mean, the most difficult one is Napoli. In fact, I think I'll be doing Napoli Genoa. Yeah, I'll be doing Como Napoli Watchalong in 2 weeks' time. Well, it depends on if we win the Scudetto or not. That's the thing. Win, yeah, you like win the Scudetto, celebrate tomorrow. I think. Yeah. Como match would be first, and then the Inter. Do win. Okay, we probably need like one more point, unless Napoli drop points. They win against Torino, and winning Torino, and you need a monumental effort to fuck everything up. Yeah, you have Atalanta. Yeah, you have Atalanta. You have like don't like you're in Haywatch, Juve. Don't watch a Bologna game. Like I wouldn't expect much. There's always Doctor Bologna. Yeah, Doctor Bologna. At it again. Yeah, also another news. Allegri would be stayed in Milan touchline. Okay. I think it'd be a more stable project. The most because I think with Milan, they do sack Allegri leaves or gets sacked and hire some hipster coach. You gotta question the Milan project. You know, see look at United. Yep, coaches keep second coaches, but don't have very different play styles. Like, okay, you have different play styles. Going from Moyes to Van Gaal to Mourinho. Yes, a heavy possession side into a counterattack side. And Ollie, another counterattack side. And Hog, counterattack, possession. Look at it! Consace two, two. Yep, bending over. Oh, offside. Offside. Look, he's offside. You know, it does not look offside. It doesn't look off. It looks off. It's offside. I mean, it doesn't look offside. But because they saw its pace. It's pace. As offside, like okay. I should do a combined 11 of second to sixth. Actually, second and fifth. We say Roma are top 4 contenders. The maximum point they get is 73. Same as Como. 73. And they play Bologna, Fiorentina, Parma, Lazio. I mean most. And then Verona. You know, I haven't seen them string like what five wins in a row. And they would string 5 wins. Actually, they did string. Oh, club friendly. But have they ever string? Yeah, I've seen them strung 5 games in a row, 5 wins in a row. I haven't seen them, so like okay, they are out. Oh, there's offside. There's offside. Or yeah, the pace merchant. But yeah, 4 points. And we still play Hellas Verona. Still play Verona. We still play Torino. We still play Parma. I mean, there's Lazio Bologna, but I don't think it. I know the Marista Sarri do have a exciting squad coming up. It'll be interesting to see. Let's see what happens when he's given a transfer window. Yeah, get a good transfer window. I hope he doesn't. Hope the squad doesn't implode. You know, Sarri's a good tactician, but he tends to lose the dressing room. I don't know. He tends to lose the dressing room. Hey, okay, are we all for that'd be a quiet watch along. Hey, okay. Look, I know that Bologna play football, but they're not. I wonder why is it that yeah, you wonder why they figure like seventh, eighth, ninth. I think the same thing with Fiorentina also. The prices go up. Yeah, you think Inter's leadership? Yeah, I think Arsenal. Do they have any leaders? Do they have any actual leaders in the dressing room? I don't know. Their Inter leadership is actually pretty bad. But Arsenal, do they have any? There are people who wanted to sell lot. I mean, compared to Arsenal. Mm. Yeah, it's the second. The second six combined 11. He's a goalkeeper. I'll have Mignon. Actually, the thing is, imagine if Inter have a competent keeper and a actual box defender. If we have a box defender, do you think he will actually can sit deep and play a high line? Like, can they? 'Cause, like, I think for a high line, yeah, we're stuck with a high line because we only have ball playing defenders. But they're all competent playing the ball, not competent staying in the box. Yeah, a lot of I think a lot of excuses for Arsenal. They oil club. I know it does. I mean, it does help, but at the same time, you're same league. the same league where Liverpool will managed to win two league titles on during Pep era. Back since Man City's takeover. I don't know, Chelsea, there's also Chelsea. That's all United won. Yeah, United won some. We're fading off. And Leicester. Oh, we go. Oh, because he saw a pace. Actual pace merchant. Good save. Rivalia, good save. Rivalia, good save. You know what? Because he saw with pace. You know, honestly, that Cleansell is an actual pace merchant. Come on, yep. Oh, goes down. Actually, you think about it. Actually, think about it. Does Juve have any competent direct free kick takers? Because that looks like a good range. Do they have anyone who could take a direct free kick? For Inter, yeah, DeMarco. I guess also a bit of Barella. And also for Barella, he cannot take a long free kick or an indirect free kick. But direct one, I need to square a goal like that before. Hakan only scores bangers. Only bangers allowed. Locatelli. Locatelli, what a free kick that is. What a free kick that is. And then, yeah, fade away. In the first half, but the thing for Arsenal, they make still the bowling gimmick. You know, I know City, they might have a much harder fixtures. City do have a hard set of fixtures. Yeah, City do have a hard set of fixtures, but never doubt City when there's a title in the run. They're like, yeah, once they smell blood, it's over. That's the thing about the league contenders. There's some teams where they may be behind, but if they smell blood, they will catch up. You can see the same reason why Inzaghi went 1-4. You gotta exert dominance and fear. You exert dominance. Like, if they smell blood, it's over. There will be teams who will actually go for it. Willing to go for it. Not play hot potato. But how many times have we... In fact, of all those... I remember time for Inter. Of all the times they were in a league title, what do you think... What are the some teams just want to spell blood. Like, oh, they're a few points behind. I mean, we could definitely catch up. Panicking is, yeah. Inter just win against Torino. That's all you need. No need to overcomplicate things. But I don't want to focus on Como first. Win beat Como, and then it's Lazio Atalanta. Even then, I wouldn't underestimate them. Because I think for Lazio and Atalanta, they will be playing a game in their lives. A game in their life. So, like, yeah, because they're not even close to the Europa League. Okay, maybe Atalanta. But surely they want to be more ambitious. Actually, another thing is, one thing about, look, about Inter is, we may not have dribblers, but we may not have dribblers, but we do have people who can actually shoot from a distance. Because, okay, you sit. That's the only way you can sit deep. Yeah, you leave space on the edge of the box. You give space for Haka and Zielinski. In the box, you have Latoro, Pio Taram. Yeah, Lazio. They're not even close to Europe. You go. Jeremy Boga. Misplaced that. I do a sidestep. Yeah, do like a little sidestep. Yeah, 30 mids in. Like, okay, what the fuck is eBay doing on right now? Yeah, you want to hate watch, like, don't bother. But, Spalletti do play good ball. Spalletti does play a good football, so, like, okay. For next season, I know that the closest for Scudetto challengers is Juve, and if Como gets some depth, Como. Milan, I don't. It depends on transfer. Actually, a lot of teams depend on the transfer markets. It depends if Juve decides to rebuild their core. They help their core. You have Juve, if they're going to help their core. Milan, if they decide to play around Allegri style. Napoli, yeah, Conte might be gone. I don't know who they're replacing with. Roma, give Gasperini, give Gasperini time. Inter, we'll see what keeper will do, given that there will be a lot of exits, incomings, outcomings, that you need time to hone the chemistry. Lazio will be a surprise, I think. Oh, home, close. 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 Like home. Very close. Also another thing about Arsenal. I've noticed that in this season, the tactical are blaming Berta. Are the same tactical are blaming Berta for ruining Arteta's project. Surely he's not the guy who's been here for like 6 years. You get a point where Gyökeres is getting scapegoated. I think Gyökeres is getting scapegoated. Like, yeah, that's a tactical thing. Hatred of traditional nines is something for tacticals. Is it hatred? Yeah, there's strange hatred for tacticals. Actually, out of curiosity, how do you say that? Yeah, if you give Arteta, I always blame the sporting director. Well, if they give Arteta prime Beppe, it gives yes. If they give Arteta prime Beppe, actually blame CEO. They tend to blame the CEO, director of football, whatever. If you give Arteta prime Beppe, do you honestly think he'll win something? Like Berta, like blame Berta. He's the same guy that managed to have Aleti league title, win league titles against like the Barca and Real Madrid. Here they say, oh, he's overspent a lot on players. someone like Gyökeres, which by the way is like hot in the market. Mm. Yeah, Bologna are getting cooked. I wouldn't. I predict 1-0. Is it Ted doesn't win anything? Watch it. Watch the Tacticos say that. Oh, here we go. Juve take a shot. Yeah. Watch as the Tacticos say that if you sack Arteta, the project will fall apart. Everyone will fall. It'll be a massive fall off. Yeah, that's a tactical speak right there. Can you imagine if a team starts wait, Lens still have to play. PSG, why they have 2 games in hand? The French they decide to delay a few games to help PSG in UCL. Hold up. Can you imagine if Serie does that? I think it does that to Inter, it'd be screaming Marauder League. They actually would have been screaming Marauder League. And there's a certain tactical things at the top 5, Serie's in bottom. I'm just curious. Do you see Italy doing the FIGC doing that for Inter? Let's look at PSG. Oh, they're gonna get a break. They get a break from. Yeah, they get a break in and play the games later. Can you imagine if PL it would not stand for La Liga. It would not stand for La Liga. It would not stand in the Premier League. It would not stand in Serie A either. Bundesliga, probably not. It probably won't stand the Bundesliga either. Yeah, you have Bayern Liga, which by the way they won the league title already. Yeah, Liga and why is he be a title that only does that? They belong bending over for everyone else. I really doubt that. Because they didn't bend over to Roma. They didn't bend over to Roma. And bend over. Didn't bend over to us in the Supercopa. It had been over to Napoli. They are the home side. I guarantee you, if Italiano leaves, there's still gonna be a mid-table side. They will still be. So, uh, actually, curious. Do you have any Juve? Does anyone have? Do you have anyone who can take shot from a distance, a long shot? Actually, yeah, why don't we do a drawing? I want. There's one boots I have that I'm definitely going to take the piss. David missed. Close, close, very close. Yeah, very close. Balding again. Yeah, because apparently Arteta thought, top coach. Apparently, the one of the top coach yet haven't won anything. In fact, I should be concerned about how do they have a leaders? In fact, like Arteta, at some point, all the set pieces will be unsustainable. Will be unsustainable. Yeah, like you can predict a tactical scapegoating Yakuras. I honestly think he's being scapegoated by tacticals. Yes, yeah, it's Yaku's first, potentially first season, got a trophy in a while. Not the fellow who's been here for what 6 years. I only think he's scapegoat or scapegoat again. Yeah, this is. This is what I think. Yeah, you scapegoat. I don't. Yonkers, I only think the least of your problems. Least of Arsenal. I think Yonkers is the least of Arsenal's problems. Yeah, yeah. You protect your boy or Kai Havertz. You know, the same guy who missed makes two big chances. But yeah. Let me do you want to do a drawing session or oh wait, timer. But do you want to wait like do a drawing session? Or maybe combine 11. Yeah. Yeah, the scapegoating begin. Yeah, I think they scapegoat. Hold up. Shoes, right? I think they're more like boots. Yeah, we get boots. Uh, oh, you need shoes. I forgot. I forgot. Put the ankles a bit higher, right? And the thing with tacticals is they love serial ballers. It's really something. You know, there are times where they want to be proven right. Most of them whole agendas and want to be proven right. A lot. Yeah, quick notice. Like it's noticing. They speak it in a way where they want to sound smart, but it's really not. Speaking a way. Just I don't know. It's like one thing about words about manager FC. is that they hope the successor failed to make the predecessor look good. You can see with yeah, you can see with Inzaghi with Kivu. You can see the Xabi with Alonso. Actually, Xabi with Arabola. Like Arabola, I hope he does well. But there are people who are just waiting for him to lose a game. Yeah, they're waiting for him to lose a game. Of course, there's this one uh English tactical. One English, yeah. That's just like okay, waiting for us to lose and prove like, oh, been second Zaki, like, oh, we had a deeper squad excuse. Hold up. This is the same squad that got their mentalities wrecked. Yeah, there's the same squad that got I mean good same squad on paper. And I remember people saying that it's the end of the cycle. Like, okay. No, Juve. Yeah, closest title challengers I think would be Juve and Como. Depending on the transfer, if they get a transfer window right. Because if Allegri does stay, then I think that okay, gets the right place for me for him. They give Forlani. He money. Anyway, Gyökeres, he's not. He's the least of your problems. Least of Arsenal's problems. Like, okay, you give them prime Pepe. You give prime Pepe. Do you think you honestly if I prime Pepe? Do you think they'll do something? You honestly think me? You think that like so Arteta would do something? Okay, if I'm going to go for yo, right now I know that Milan was very thin for UCL. Inter might go deep at this time. They might go deep. Napoli to stick with Conte, like yeah, they're not getting anywhere. They are not getting anywhere if stick with Conte. Another group stage elimination. It's Conte. How are we going? How are we doing with this? Or it's probably the smaller hand. I change the hand a bit. Less wide on the fist. I don't know. It's just me. The fist look a bit wide. But I do the flip thing. Yeah, it's more conceptual. Rough, rough side. Of course, I'll probably make this a lot more. Even more. Something like that. I think where long hair is divided into like 2 to 3 parts. It's a lot of, because there's a lot of overlapping. Like, okay. Actually, another thing. If Arsenal somehow wins the league, are they going to praise Gyökeres? That's the thing. Are they going to praise Gyökeres? The chances are they're not. Most of the Twitter titles hold agendas. Like the hate is like, some people have agendas against Lotti, Latoro. I mean that you just score. Move the goalpost, yeah? It gives me my it's a short skirt it's a bit easy. I think the skirt overalls is easy. I was like, okay. Probably because I'm just used to no need to over complex things. I think tactical. Okay. I don't know. Last season, I know fans are blaming the PGMOL. Uh, and then they have or when they're called favorite, then like it's silence. They know that there are people fight about that. Yeah, something. It's something similar to that, right? Of course, we include tape and 2 bars, 2 gold 2 gold plates. Yeah, and of course collar. Include that. And then the drawing session. It's like halftime, like combine 11 drawing session, whatever. But how are we going with this? Of course, we can change his hand a bit. Yeah. Because I did promise an outfit swap with someone. Like, okay, our Twitter. It's a something. But yeah. Alright, went back to the neutrals watch along. Kefren. Wait, Kefren's coming on. Huh. Okay, okay. Hey, Kefren for who? Yeah, for who? Conce's wait. That Kalulu? Oh, Emil Holmoff. Emil Holm. Alright, moving to a 4-3-3. We're moving into a 4-3-3. Or 4-2-3-1. Cambiaso. At Cambiaso left, Kelly, Bremer, center backs, Kalulu on the right back. See, look at it. Juve. They can switch to a 4-2-3-1 while we can't. 4-3, 4-2-3-1 while we can't. While we can't. Hmm. Juve. So 1-0. Actually, another thing is, yeah. Now it's scapegoating. Or Salini. Useless. Miss. Like for Bologna. I'm not going to expect much. And get smashed by Villa. Yeah, Bologna have a very difficult set of fixtures. Like they probably decided top 4. Juve, Roma, Napoli, Atalanta. But is Inter titles are decided against us already. But let's not go to Bologna away because it's Boogeyman's side. In fact, when was the last time we did a double against Bologna? Bologna away. Like, when's the last time we won away? 23-24. Everything else since actually, surprisingly, since Inzaghi's time. Since Inzaghi's time, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-1 loss. 1-0 loss. 1-0 win as the time we won Scudetto. And then 1-0 loss. Bologna away. Like, and we managed to win against Bologna. I have no words. I think manager market might be cooked. Might be cooked. I've read something there. Might be cooked, but personally, I think that you need to create the coaches, create the elite coaches. And no, coaching isn't just all about tactics. Coaching, do you have a good squad management? So you don't lose the dressing room. You have good management. Because sometimes players will leave because of game time. Or the fact that they fall off. They fall off with some other players. Fitness management are gonna burn the team to the ground. And there's leadership, so they don't throw away things. Like these leaders. There's a lot more than tactics. Actually, the man management, balance between egos. There are times when he would be an absolute nightmare. They don't play for themselves than for someone else. Like, that's just a lot more. For some of them, they rely on their talent ID. Like, they need a good environment. And for coaching, you need a good environment. Imagine if a coach started off with as some which is easier to start from. It's assuming in the top 5 league, or PL, Serie A, Liga, and Bundesliga, La Liga. We started a mid-table club. Actually, we're a relegation spreading club where the finances are absolute shit, and you can't rely on the youth or yeah, or have a lot of money and good youth system. The question: how do you develop? Where's the best teams to develop coaches? Because at some point you're gonna have players who coaches will be washed. Some of them are it feels like some of them are already washed. And you can't even use the same managing tactics as he did before. Same there's some in international duty. Okay, it looks a bit more thin. I'm for Kivu. You're telling me that if you're Amro's in Inter or Kivu's in United, this thing environment. How far do you think Kivu would do if it's in United? Whereas Amram in Inter. Someone like Ruben Amram. I think anything with David Moyes also. Pressure. I mean, he will do well against a mid-table side, but for a top side, he's going to crumble. The Grand Potters. It is. It's what it is. Foul. Yeah, it's a dry watch for me. Like, dude, like getting card open. I guess it seems like come on. Let's say Sal again. Cooked. Face. Like it's sword again. Up 2-0. 2-0. It's their Taram. It's their Taram. Yeah. Yeah, Kefren, yup. Kefren. Yeah, the header. Well, like who's marking Taram? Who's actually marking Taram? And how do you lose the header against him? Yeah, look at it. Like you look at it. It's a Taram. Lose the header. Moro. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, 2-0. If like, are they scared of someone like Bologna? Where they bent over? Where they? I swear they bent over to Juve. Bent over to Juve. Hey, you think Atalanta with Inter's bad? Wait until you see they're doing Bologna. Oh, like okay, we beat Bologna. It's not really has blood on his hands. Bologna away. I really think that if that's the case, Inzaghi really has blood on his hands. You imagine make Bologna look a boogeyman team. Yeah, if he imagine make, uh, if he manages to make Bologna a boogeyman team, that is. Yeah, oh, post and anything. This is 2-0. Hold on, bending over for Juve. Yeah, they're the UV. They have a core. On the cord. On the core. It's like, okay. Huh? Locatelli, you guys should shoot that. Oh yeah, I'm curious. Will you ever call an athlete fat? Will you actually call that's how brutal well, that's how brutal sports Twitter is. Yeah, that's brutal. It, sports Twitter. You can, the fans can actually get away with calling an athlete either fat or overweight. Call him, yeah, let's call him fat or overweight. Fat or overweight. Yeah, that's Big Mac. Yeah, we call Weston. Yeah, you call Weston McKennie Big Mac. Yeah, you call him Big Mac. Actually, another thing is I do plan on something. We do win the league. I do plan on something. Okay, I don't hear it. Will you actually fat shame athletes? Oh, here we go. Poll. Cortese, Paul Tom, 35 plus Mkhitaryan or on Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, only in sports Twitter where you can call an athlete fat. I kid you, I kid you not. Yeah, imagine calling Lukaku a hip. I remember the time that Lukaku slander. Yeah, Lukaku slander. Every time when I don't know. There's something about him in the PL. Is then on first stint Inter overweight and lose weight and looks fit and goes to Chelsea and then second stint overweight again. At first thought, why are they feeding him in the PL? Yeah. Yep. Oh, Yoda's coming. Okay, okay. David on. David off. What, Boga false 9. I don't spell it. He's known for using false 9. Jeremy Boga. I mean, I think should keep him. Seems like a proper squad player. Yeah, Jeremy Boga, proper squad player. But there are rumors out there that Lewandowski could come over. Actually, speaking of the Lewandowski, Milan, by the way, their Moneyball system, but doing the same thing as every other Serie A club but in a larger scale. Buying the rejects, or players who are just beyond their primes. That's Milan right there. Rejects, player, yeah, buying the rejects. Yeah, and this. Yeah, I actually want to do a double against Bologna. Let's not make our boogeyman team. Yeah, Inzaghi tenure. 4 years. Like, okay, like, imagine getting 1 win, 3 losses. Like, blown away. And then Inzaghi. Haven't won against lost against Bologna since 2001-02. Good save. Oh, mhm. Yeah, Bologna. If they think of Gyökeres. Speaking of Gyökeres, tacticals are making him like he's a combination of Lukaku and Hoyland. They're making him like they're making him like he's literally look a mix of Lukaku and Hoyland. The worst in their worst form. Making him like a player in the worst form. Mm. Gatti. Yep. There you go, Cats. Oh, he's coming on. Like, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Gatti on. A brain defender. Like it's really done. I'll be also off. He's a back three again. Is it a back three? Kalulu, Bremer, Kelly. Who's playing wing back? This Gotti's definitely a center back. Hey, do you see Arsenal getting burned to the ground for on their fitness? It's a conversation about some of these coaches. Always gets all the tactics, but never the squad management. A block. Like for Bologna, you expect nothing. Yeah, it's Bologna. I think it'll probably be a draw. It feels like last match day. And yeah, Verona would be a send up for some players. Send up for some players. Bologna last match day. Somebody would probably be retiring. It's like okay. Hopefully some of them. Mickey. Oh, yeah, subs. I was looking at charts, a table. Like, okay, what's the expected points? Yeah, what's the expected table? Crazy thing is, expected table XG. I enter overperform the XGA. I can see a lot of chances. Napoli. Yeah, even Milan. Napoli had the best defensive. May not be the best defensive side. I can see a lot of goals, but yeah, you can see a lot of goals. Because we don't concede chances that easily. You know what? If it's goals or goals conceded, actually joined third, but XG against top. Yeah, Torino is like bottom side. You can see a lot more goals. No, XGA. Like this is like expected goals against. Which in other words, how many chances did we concede? That's how many chances we conceded. Oh yeah, you can see chances like that. The Inter like defense will win you titles. 'Cause I think that's for because we have like if our defense aren't good defending, I mean a Finnish goalkeeper. How are we not getting carved apart? I'll keep repeating again and again. Because there are some people who think that it carried by Inzaghi. Because I only think that if we run the same way Inzaghi defends, I really think that we'll concede a lot more goals. But a lot more. Like yeah, because how Inzaghi defends is mid block, and cut passing lanes. How Kivu defends is press, highline pressing. This is another thing about Inzaghi, the Inzaghi automations. Yeah, you run Inzaghi automations. What's the defensive setup different? Because I think more of a defensive setup is, are the automations different based on our defensive setup? Because for a defensive setup, it's different than Inzaghi's. Inzaghi mid block, cut passing lanes. Kivu high line. He plays a high line and will press. Will foul when necessary, and the players will foul when necessary. It's a weird. Yeah, like it's over for Bologna. Uh, yeah, Juve. They pretty much secured top four. Was a Como, but maximum 73. Juve needs 10 more wins. Actually, you did 10 more points. Yeah, Juve needs I think they need 10 more points. No wait. 10 points? Actually, 11 points. Juve needs 11 points. It's Como. You better hope that Como draws points against Napoli. Actually, Como and Napoli draw. It'd be beneficial. It also benefits us. Yeah, full time. I think that's Juve, Milan. Get 11 points somehow. Assuming Napoli, assuming that Como doesn't draw points. Like Milan. They got Fiorentina. Right, Verona, Lecce, Torino, winnable matches. Of course, you have Fiorentina. They are picking up form, so like okay. Bologna. They are honestly hopeless. I do not see them. They're not making it to Europe. They're not making it to Europe at all. I don't think so. Yup, Italiano masterclass right there. But Bologna sold their squad. Now they can't even build again. Back to where they are. All right, I'll see you guys later. I don't know. I don't know what to do for next week. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching with me. Bye, everyone. See you soon.